Kinect Star Wars is a movie licensed Kinect game, so this game has to fail somewhere. It can't possibly be good. Risky business.
I waited for this game for a long time, and as soon as I saw the first teaser trailer, I thought this looked like a brilliant idea, but I just knew this had to mess up somewhere. I mean, movie licensed games aren't that great, and this was a movie-based Kinect game. It's doomed from the beginning. However, it's developed by Good Science, who made the underrated masterpiece that was Kinect Adventures. I loved that game. It had some really nice and casual gameplay, but the reputation it got was priceless. Game trailers put it on their list of one of the worst blockbusters ever made. Now, why is it that casual games like Angry Birds get a free pass, but this gets shoved away? Never mind, I liked Kinect Adventures, and this should be a great as well. The game is split up into different game modes like dueling, racing, rancor, dancing, really? And a campaign where you get to play as a Jedi. Let's start with one good aspect, the gameplay. Of course I'm talking about the Jedi sections where you use your lightsaber to slash your way through enemies and the Force to move things around. I can see people being extremely frustrated trying to control the character. Thrusting forward to move towards an enemy, jumping to get behind the enemy, thrusting to the side to dodge attacks, using the lightsaber and using the Force. Magically, I managed to learn really well how to play this game, and I started being extremely good at it. Is this a gift I received just being really good at Kinect games? You have two Force powers. You can use Force Grip by just pointing your hand towards an enemy, and suddenly you can pick him up, move him around, or toss him away. This was an extremely cool feature, and it worked way better than I thought it would. The other Force power you have is the Force Push, where you pull your hand back to charge up, and then you thrust your hand forward to tear down everything in front of you. Using the Force is awesome, but I would still like a few more Force powers, like the ability to throw your lightsaber, use Force Lightning as a Sith of course, or what about the ability to use Force Impulse like in the first trailer? In the campaign, you also get these stages where you ride on a speed bike through a forest, which is kinda cool. And you get space combat, which is very simplistic, because you just shoot automatically when aiming at the enemies, but it works. You can also play the game in co-op, but at the time I recorded this footage I had no one to play with. The graphics are great, at least for movie licensed Kinect standards. Now there is a big negative to the campaign, and that is the story. I'm not sure whether it takes place in the Clone Wars or after episode 3, but the characters we have are bland and pointless. There are no stormtroopers, no Han Solo, no Leia, no Luke, no Darth Vader, and not even Anakin makes an appearance in the main story. Instead, they make appearances in the bonus games that are not part of the main story. The campaign has plenty of set pieces and scenes that look familiar to earlier Star Wars movies, but the story itself is just plain gibberish. The enemies you fight are battle droids from the prequel trilogy, and these green guys from God knows where. It would be cool if the stormtroopers could show up, like on the front cover, or if we could get a showdown with Darth Vader like in the first trailer. Also, that demo stage from E3 2011 is not here either. I have a feeling that all the good stuff is saved for DLC, sadly. Even though the campaign is a lot of fun, gameplay wise, I just think it didn't give me that Star Wars experience I was hoping for. It was also a little bit short.
Also, there's one huge flaw. My version of the game is entirely dubbed in Norwegian.
Now, besides the main campaign, we also have some bonus modes like the pod racing, which works fine, but there's nothing special about it. There's dancing, which I guess works, besides not having a tutorial, but it's fun for the amusement of it. Then there's the Rancor Rage mode, which was absolutely amazing. You get to control a Rancor and destroy a whole town. Now, as you can see, this game has a very good destruction engine in it, so it only makes me wonder why this barely comes to show in the main campaign. How cool would it be to just pick up a droid and toss it through a wall, or tear down an entire building with a simple force push? It's almost as if completely different developers worked on each mode. Anyways, all these modes help increase the replay value of Kinect Star Wars. I think this is an overall fun game, despite the lame storyline. So, is this game worth getting? Well, I don't think it's worth getting a Kinect just to play this, but if you've had the Kinect for a while and you're looking for a great game to play, I'd say this is one of the more fortunate games you can buy. Now, the game itself, are you going to like it? Well, the game is exactly how you think it is. If you've been waiting for this game for a long time like I did, you will enjoy it. But if you instantly thought this was a bad idea the first time you saw it, then this is not for you.
But personally, I enjoyed Kinect Star Wars. If you can get into it, the game is a blast.